for being fresh. If the Fed's watching, I made it 41 years into this life before I had involvement, conversation with federal agents. And when they showed up, I was wearing a red Nike Tech. Not exactly the definition of fresh, but I got a crazy update. I'm going to do the Good Diligent Podcaster thing, and I'm going to save it for tomorrow at 4 p.m. with Lush and some surprise guests. So make sure you tune in tomorrow. The 22ster has got a big update. Tap inwardly. So much for being fresh. If the months. But while I'm in my house, I'm playing poker on my computer, a guy comes to my front door, and I didn't actually even know, but my girl was communicating with him through the box in the front of our house with the camera. She texts me. She says, a dude is here from the FBI, and basically he's trying to serve you with a subpoena. And so she told him, like a ride or die would, she told him, Adam's not here, and he's off at work or whatever. I forget what she told him. And so I immediately hop on the line with my lawyer. I say, what should I do? I don't want to, handle this situation wrong. Over and over and over, I've sat down with rappers or whoever who tell me about situations in which they divulge too much information to the police or whoever, and it ended up coming back to bite them. Especially, something that comes to mind is like Hurricane Chris, who caught a body that was blatantly self-defense. Soon as the cops come, he airs out his whole situation and ends up coming back to haunt him because the state ends up trying him. So if he had not made all those statements to the cops right after he had killed this dude, then it for sure would have been a way easier case for him to beat. Now, that being said, I'm not really that worried because I know that I myself haven't been involved in any criminality, but I figured I would have my lawyer take care of it. So my lawyer reaches out to the guy who came to my door. She assures me that she's going to be able to ask the FBI agent a handful of questions, and from that information be able to ascertain, is Adam in trouble? Is Adam going to be, forced to hand over a crazy amount of information? Because that was kind of lingering around in my head as like, God, this is going to be a huge pain in the ass if they want to confiscate all the computers and everything in here. We're going to have to buy a bunch of computers to use.
Where's the furnace? Start the furnace up, guys.
I don't know. I was considering that. I have not destroyed any information for the record. But this is the thing that my lawyer comes back to me with. She said the feds were interested in one thing.
What it do, world? When it all falls down, man. Adam and WackO is preparing to flip on everybody. And don't nobody see it, man. Adam go right online talking about he gonna make a live about the feds coming to his door. Like it's a joke. And the reason why it's a joke to him, because he willing to do whatever they tell him. Or bag your baggage. Adam ain't ready to bag his baggage, man. He ain't trying to play with them FEDs, man. WackO allegedly already worked for him. He been in the pocket. He got confidential information, and niggas know he in paperwork and still won't say nothing. Now you tell me what's wrong with that. This nigga in paperwork and ain't nobody saying nothing. This nigga showing y'all the federal information he getting, the confidential information he getting. And y'all still second guessing. Academics wanted to say it so bad, but he don't have no balls. Adam, let me holler at you, man. You know what they're gonna do? To make you fork all this shit over. They're gonna say, hey, you either gonna cooperate with us, or we can hit you with sex trafficking. You either gonna cooperate with us, or we're gonna hit you with that X. You feel me? And he said, of course. See, Adam think he's slick. He pulling a little white boy move. He trying to say, I do porn. Ooh, ooh. No, nigga. Females is flying in and out, nigga. For residuals. Don't nobody want to hear that. The same thing the black females doing with the niggas, that's what the white girls is doing with Adam. But in our case, since we black, it's trafficking. In his case, it's just porn. But the FEDs came to him and said, hey, you want to be strung out like Diddy? Do you? All right, well, give us the tape from, goddamn it, 5 years ago. And he said, I got you. I got you. Here, I even give you the phones where they was texting about some shit. Wow. That's why he ain't even tripping. At all. We already knew WackO been like the chief, the deputy, or whatever you want to call him. He already had that rank. But that's what he came to the internet for. To act like he ain't doing nothing no more because they put him up to it, they paid him. Allegedly. But y'all know what it is with me, man. Subscribe to the channel. It is what it is, man. I'm out.
In my head, I'm thinking they're going to want copies of the podcasts that Brick or Luce were on. They're going to want to make sure that there wasn't anything in those podcasts that was edited out. Now, anybody who knows me and No Jumper knows that we really don't like to edit things out. So the only stuff we're editing out is if it's like a 4-alarm fire, like, yo, we need to take this out. So I don't think there's ever been something that Brick or Luce told us that they needed us to edit out. But the one thing that the feds wanted was the cease and desist from Big U to No Jumper, asking us to take down the episode in which Luce Cannon first made the explosive statements that suggested that Big U had previous knowledge of Nipsey Hussle's death. Now, that situation is very much outside of what was mentioned in the indictment. In the indictment, there's nothing about Nipsey. There's nothing about any of that stuff. So this to me is kind of massive because it makes me feel like, oh, the FBI is interested in what Big U's involvement in Nipsey's death might be, which to me seems gigantic. I don't know why that cease and desist is not going to help them prosecute Brick Baby or Luce Cannon or anybody else. But the fact that they're interested in that, to me, adds quite a bit of credibility to the argument that perhaps Nipsey Hussle's death was a more complicated situation than it appears to be.
Well, isn't that when this
gave it to him though?
Isn't
We did hand it over, yeah.
isn't this when that that
was it?
I mean, really, like,
So it's safe to say you the feds.
I'm happy to help the feds with talking about a document that we have previously discussed on here over and over, and which doesn't implicate anybody that I know or whatever. It's not like I know about Big U doing something illegal. Big U did something perfectly legal by sending over a document to us asking us to remove a piece of content. Now, for the record, it doesn't mean that this means that there's a full-scale investigation into Big U's involvement in this situation.
You don't feel like you played no part
to me, nigga. You ain't gonna talk shit to me, homie. You ain't gonna even act like you want to talk shit to me when you see me in your presence, nigga. When you see me in your presence, nigga, you down there better motherfucking bow your head down, nigga. Humble yourself.